Would FA Cup win paper over the cracks for Chelsea? Chelsea go into the FA Cup final in the unusual position of having no permanent manager, an angry fanbase, and a lingering question. Would beating Manchester City at Wembley be enough to save their season? Lifting silverware would undoubtedly delight supporters, but concerns over a troubled campaign and anger towards the Clearlake Bowley ownership group will likely persist. A draw at Liverpool last weekend prevented Chelsea from becoming the first team to lose 7 consecutive league matches before an FA Cup final. However, it did little to alter their Premier League fortunes. They remain 9th in the table, and their pre-season target of Champions League qualification is all but gone. Qualification for any European competition remains in serious doubt, but victory on Saturday would at least secure a place in the second-tier Europa League, a result that would be welcomed by both players and the club's hierarchy. It remains a worrying picture for Chelsea, who are operating under strict UEFA financial controls following a settlement last year that limits their spending as they search for a new head coach. Bournemouth's Andoni Iraola, Fulham's Marco Silva, and former Real Madrid manager Xabi Alonso are understood to be among the options on the club's shortlist. Chelsea sources insist the race is open, but externally, Alonso is seen as the favorite candidate. Former head coach Enzo Maresca left after a falling out with the hierarchy on New Year's Day, with many believing he has been lined up to succeed Pep Guardiola at City should he depart. Maresca's replacement, Liam Rosenjor, was hired from partner club Strasbourg, but lasted less than 4 months. Interim head coach Callum McFarlane is the first Englishman to lead a team into an FA Cup final since Frank Lampard did so with Chelsea in 2020. McFarlane earned a point in a 1-1 draw at Etihad Stadium in January in his first experience of leading a senior side, but Guardiola's team remained firm favourites. A win on Saturday would not only deliver Chelsea their first domestic trophy since 2018, but even amid any celebration would be unlikely to quell supporter anger at Stamford Bridge. FA Cup Final, Chelsea v Manchester City, Saturday, 16th May at 1500 BST, Wembley Stadium. Protests and decline are setting in. Not a Project CFC, a growing protest movement, has announced a march up Wembley Way at 13:30 BST before the match. It will feature a large banner focusing not only on Blue Co's ownership, but also on the club's sporting directors. 3 days later, during Chelsea's final home match of the season against Tottenham, supporters plan to turn their backs on the action in the 22nd minute, a reference to 2022, the year Blue Co bought the club. The group said the protest was an attempt to send a public message that we have no faith in the current ownership and the direction the club is heading. It added that the demonstrations would not stop simply because Chelsea are set to appoint their 6th permanent manager, and frustration among supporters centers on footballing issues. These include what they see as an underwhelming return on spending of more than £1.6 billion on predominantly young players, with calls for accountability from the 5 sporting directors who have led recruitment.